In the early 1900s, Tony Bryla and Judy Whitnick were both born. They were born with little to no money in Poland, but they both shared the dream of one day living in America.
And so people growing up in Poland at that time did not have access to quality education, they didn't have access to healthy food. Their future was pretty grim.
I'm Isabelle Bryla, and I'm reporting on the story of my family and their struggle to live the American dream.
All of my grandparents, the four of them, all came from Poland.
In 1935, the Bryla family sailed over into Chicago, and 5 years later, the Whitnicks followed.
And so, with my parents, who grew up in what is now the Bucktown, Wicker Park area, but back then was pretty much the Polish ghetto, they had access to quality education. My grandparents scraped enough money together to send my parents to good high schools, and my dad went to college, and by going to college he got a decent job, and he was able to provide for his children what's considered to be the American dream.
Judy Bryla did really live like any teenager would. She went to the movies with her friends, she played at the park, she went out to parties and dances.
What our life revolved around was hanging in the neighborhood at the playground. We were there every day, playing volleyball, basketball, ping pong, baseball, hanging with the guys. It was always a group of us. It was a bunch of girls and a bunch of guys. We all hung out and we all kind of walked in lockstep. So we could be gone all day, and our parents, all they knew is we were playing somewhere in the neighborhood, and it was usually in the empty lots.
Every generation does a little better than the one before them, and so growing up, we moved into a bigger house and we got access to better education, and me and my sisters all went to college and we all got graduate degrees, and we did a little better than my mom and dad did, and we were able to raise our families in a little bigger houses and a little better neighborhoods, and they have access to better education. So when I look at what Poland was like, I've never been to Poland, but what I've read about it and what I've seen in the videos, what I've seen in the news, you just see a pretty grim reality, and folks just don't have that opportunity in 3 generations to go from immigrant to having good jobs and living in good neighborhoods with a lot of the benefits that come along with a good education. So I think there would have been a lot of differences. And then personally, I would have, growing up in Poland, not have met my wife, and I would not have had the kids I had, and it would have been a very different experience. So I'm very lucky that my grandparents and great-grandparents came over.
Today, the Bryla family has changed the meaning of their name, and the 3 successful children have spread across America to create a new life. I guess you can say that the Brylas really have lived the American dream.